I've been a carer now, but not realised, for over 30 years. My husband was 34 when he first had his heart attack. The first thing you do in the morning, that's if you've had a good night's sleep. You get up, you get the medication, you take it up to his room, you bring his breakfast up. You do everything. There's nothing that my husband can do.
There's medication to prepare, changes to do, feeding to do, motivation to do, advocacy to do. So it's a full-time job.
Because it is very lonely, and I don't think you realise how lonely you are.
You think that you're the only one that's not coping. You think you're the only one that's struggling with social services, the NHS and every other organisation that's supposed to help us.
I'd like to say thank you very much to coming to this meeting today. Thank you very much all for coming. I've got the menus. I don't know if anyone's seen anyone.
Well, it started off as a group organised by Carers in Hearts up at the Oval Community Centre, and had been going for many years. And we got together once a month, and there were about 13 of us, and yeah, it was that kind of communal chit-chat.
Carers in Hearts talked to us about setting up a peer-led group. They were looking for volunteers, and 3 or 4 of us volunteered to actually help.
The main driver was we didn't want to lose what we had, and we were annoyed that we were having to lose, or potentially having to lose it. But then how would we fund it, and all those sorts of good things.
We were really nervous the first meeting, but it was all right.
Research has shown that actually some of the best ways of supporting carers is by actually talking to other carers, because they know what they're going through, they can understand without it being explained, they can help people feel less isolated, which is one of the huge things that carers go through. Just talking things through can help with sort of offloading some of the stress that automatically comes with being a carer.
Being around other carers, they're the people that understand you more than anyone. Even the professionals don't quite get it, that they can talk about stuff that they maybe can't talk to other people about.
Anyway, I'll pass over to Corinne now. She's got a few things she wants to say. So,
looking through things, deciding what might talk about, and giving like notices, useful information, things that might be happening. We don't really have an agenda, but if an organisation runs it, they have their own agenda, and that maybe takes over some of the time, so we feel freer.
It really can be led by the group themselves as to how much influence they want from carers in Hertfordshire. Some groups that run around the county have absolutely no input from carers in Hertfordshire at all. They're just a small social group that meet for a cup of coffee and a chat, and we have no contact at all. With some of the other groups, we can provide information, we can provide a little bit of admin support, we can provide training, and we can provide somebody to come along and just find out how things are going, just touch base with them once or twice a year.
We've got nominal leaders, but we don't want it to become driven by people. What we're trying to encourage it to do is to grow from within, so that it's what this group of carers and anyone who joins in, and then if things spring out from that, then so much the better. But it's got to be organic growth. If 30 other carers come together and share that load, then we've got something that's viable and sustainable.
it was a bit tricky to start with. We went on a little training course, sort of finding out how to talk to people and how to encourage them to speak and how to not interrupt them and to let the flow, or when the flow goes too far, how to point it in the right direction, because sometimes you can get somebody who wants to talk and not shut up at all, like me. And it was so nice to be able to learn sort of the signposts to look for and how to guide people.
We are going to help with bank accounts so that people don't have to have their own separate bank account if they run a group. We are going to provide information monthly. We'll have one person as an email contact and we'll just send a monthly information schedule to them, and then that gives a whole load of information that can automatically be shared around.
Since we've come here, we've gone from 13 to nearly 30 people already, and that's without pushing it. So that shows you that there's a need.
If a new person comes to our carers meeting, it'd be me you meet, right? So you would meet me, and then I would just explain. No need to be frightened or anything. I was terrified.
I had no idea what to expect. I just walked into this room and thought, oh, you know, there was a lot of people chatting, and I thought, oh, I don't know about this. But I was made very welcome, introduced to everybody, we all talked and everything. And by the end of the day, I'd gone home having made half a dozen good friends.
But now you've got a whole new social network. You know, and people share information with you, and you know, and you can help someone else.
And they will suggest, why don't you try Crossroads, or why don't you do this? We all know this bit of information that we've learnt, so we pass it all on.
People here feel accepted, and it doesn't matter what they say, everyone's going to be okay about what they say.
It's just nice to be able to talk to somebody who understands where you're coming from and can actually help you and point you in the right direction and advise you on what you can and can't do. So, which is what we hope to do here.
If you haven't got a group round where you live, and you know, if say even just 2 carers could set it up, and then you just meet in a room somewhere on somebody's house and have a nice cup of tea, and you learn a lot, and you've got friends, you've got support.
You don't really have to have a lot of organisation to do it. You just need to have a room and meet. You could start meeting small in someone's house. Go ahead and try it.
It really is a wonderful example of how it can work. You could see the buzz that was happening in the room, and the support that they all give each other.
It is just so friendly, and you get so much help and support. It's just unbelievable that what you do get. And definitely go along.